Have you ever watched a brilliant person make a completely catastrophic decision and thought, how is that possible? A genius investor loses everything overnight. A highly educated doctor ignores obvious symptoms in himself. A successful CEO destroys a billion-dollar company with one bad call. Intelligence is supposed to protect us from mistakes. So why does it so often fail? Today we are going to reveal the shocking psychological reasons why smart people make the worst decisions, and how to make sure you are not one of them. Welcome to Decode Humans. The first reason is called the Dunning-Kruger effect in reverse. Most people know that incompetent people overestimate their abilities. But here's what nobody talks about. Truly intelligent people do the opposite. They underestimate how much they know compared to others. But they also fall into a trap called overcorrection. Because they are smart and know they can be wrong, they sometimes second-guess their own correct instincts and talk themselves out of the right answer. Their intelligence becomes the weapon used against them. The second reason is called paralysis by analysis. Smart people gather more information than average people before making a decision. On the surface, this sounds like a good thing. But research shows that beyond a certain point, more information does not lead to better decisions, it leads to worse ones. The brain becomes overwhelmed. Every new piece of data creates more doubt. More doubt creates more delay. More delay creates missed opportunities. Studies from Columbia University found that having too many options and too much information consistently leads to worse outcomes and more regret. The third reason is confirmation bias, and intelligent people are actually more vulnerable to it than average people. Here's why. Smart people are better at constructing arguments. So when they form an initial opinion, they are incredibly skilled at finding evidence that supports it and dismissing evidence that challenges it. They can build a compelling logical case for almost any position, including the wrong one. Their intelligence does not help them find the truth. It helps them defend whatever they already believe. This is why highly educated people can hold deeply irrational views with complete confidence. The fourth reason is called the curse of knowledge. The more you know about a subject, the harder it becomes to imagine not knowing it. Smart people forget what it felt like to be a beginner. This causes them to make terrible decisions when communicating, teaching, or selling ideas to others. They assume everyone understands what they understand. They skip steps. They lose people. They make products, plans, and presentations that make perfect sense to them and zero sense to everyone else. Some of the most catastrophic business failures in history happened because brilliant founders could not explain their own product simply enough. The fifth reason is emotional blindness. There is a widespread belief that intelligence and emotion are opposites, that the smarter you are, the less your emotions affect your decisions. This is completely false. Research by neuroscientist Antonio Damasio found that people with damage to the emotional centers of their brain, who literally cannot feel emotions, become completely paralyzed when making decisions. Emotions are not the enemy of good decisions. They are a required ingredient. Smart people who suppress or ignore their emotions in favor of pure logic often make cold, inhuman decisions that damage relationships, destroy trust, and backfire catastrophically. The sixth reason is something called the illusion of explanatory depth. Ask a smart person how a toilet works, how a bicycle stays upright, or how a zip fastener operates, and they will confidently say they know. Then ask them to explain it in detail. Most cannot. We vastly overestimate our understanding of how things work. And the smarter we feel, the more confident we are in knowledge we do not actually have. This leads to disastrously overconfident decisions in business, medicine, politics, and personal life, all based on the illusion of understanding rather than real understanding. The seventh and final reason is something called galaxy brain thinking. This is when a highly intelligent person follows a chain of logic so far down a path that they arrive at a conclusion that sounds reasonable to them, but is completely insane to everyone else. Each step in their reasoning seems to follow from the last, but the endpoint is catastrophic. This is how smart people justify terrible ethical decisions, convince themselves that obvious risks are not real, and end up doing things that make everyone around them say, "How did someone so intelligent not see that coming?" So what is the solution? How do you protect yourself from your own intelligence? First, seek out people who disagree with you and actually listen to them. Second, set a decision deadline. Give yourself a fixed amount of time to decide and stick to it. Third, Ask yourself what a person with no knowledge of the situation would think. Fourth, trust your gut alongside your logic. And fifth, always ask the question, what would have to be true for me to be completely wrong about this? Intelligence is a gift, but without self-awareness, it becomes the most dangerous weapon in the room. Subscribe to Decode Humans for more videos that help you understand the hidden forces shaping your mind. I will see you in the next one.